Morning. Who's jumped on nice and early? Hi, Judy. Ooh. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Heather. Beautiful morning here in Milton Keynes. Sun is out. We have got snow forecast later on, but rare that we ever get any snow here. Morning, Sandra. So wherever you are, I hope you're having a good Sunday so far. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Jeannie. So, hi, Jean. I thought what we'd do is, and it's kind of semi-planned this, I thought, because as you know, I work for a few different companies on the craft store and stock a load more on my website. Morning, Sue. Have you? Where's Maplethorpe? My geography's not that brilliant. And where's Benfleet? Tell me where in the country it is. North, south, east, west, wherever. Yeah, so, yeah, and because we have got other brands on the website as well. So I thought we'd bring a few different brands together because obviously, you know, you guys watching the craft store and shopping online, you don't all just buy from one manufacturer. Essex, okay, that means a lot now. Skegness, I don't know where Skegness is. Is it on the east coast? I think it is, isn't it? Is it Lincolnshire? Any road. Let's stop reading your comments. Yeah, so it's nice to bring the brands together and see how they play nicely together, because they absolutely do. And so you can see on my desk so far, I've got one of the big backgrounds from Sentimentally Yours, Lincolnshire. See, I did know Lincolnshire. So we got, this is the Vintage Stars journal page background. So it's an A5 stamp, huge stamp. And I've also got a selection of Fairy Hug stamps as well. And I have just had a delivery from Fairy Hugs just on Friday. So I have all of the Fairy Hug stamps in stock, except for the Between Pages sentiment, which there's another two that I don't have. You see them crop up. Stat books and also Path and Knowledge. Those are the three that we don't have in stock, just because there wasn't any at Fairy Hugs HQ. It'll be a couple of weeks before we can get those. But anyway, we're focusing on Christmas today, so that does mean that we probably won't be doing any indigo blue today, because the one I've got to do is like an everyday one. But I should be able to do another Facebook Live next Sunday, so we'll not do Christmas next Sunday. So anyway, let's do some making. Let's make a start. So I'm actually using up, because as you probably will have seen, I'm having a massive clear out because I need to. I'm actually using one of my backgrounds that I've got stamped already, but obviously we need to stamp one as well. So this one is this is the pure white card from Sentimentally Yours, not the watercolour. Normally I would just use the watercolour, but the one I had stamped already was on pure white, so we do the same thing. So using the big Sentimentally Yours block, and don't forget that, you know, it's Black Friday this weekend. All I've done is I've just popped 10% off everything on the website, and that's a very rare opportunity for you to get your 10% discount on your Fairy Hugs. I mean, obviously lots of our products are already 10 to 15% or even more discounted. So, you know, things like Distress Oxide and all your distress products are heavily discounted already. There's also loads and loads and loads of products in the clearance section, and there's obviously a further 10% discount off those. And I have been, in my Mahusive clear out, I have been popping lots of pre-loved items on there, loads and loads and loads of Just Right stamps. There's some creative expression stamps gone on there, I'm going to be putting some more on tonight. Every night I sit down for a couple of hours watching the telly and put on some more pre-loved, and until midnight tomorrow night there'll be 10% off all of those as well. So my stamp's very dirty as per, so we're using Morning Mist, turn that over, Morning Mist Versafine Clair. I'm not too worried if it's not that good an impression, because I don't actually need it to be wonderful, and the nature of the stamp is that it's a bit grungy anyway, so it doesn't matter. And as I've said many times before, I do prefer stamping these big backgrounds using my A5 acrylic block. Just working around the stamp. It looks like it's going to be brown. It might be a browny grey. It might not be grey. But the one I've got that's already dry is grey, so that's fine. So working around. Mrs. Finney, I take it you're not talking to me. So we're just going to pick that up very carefully because it's stuck to the ink, turn it over and give it an insurance policy press on the other side and take it away, and there we go. So it is actually grey, which is a relief because that's what I wanted. Let's put this to one side, and what we want to do now is just trim this down. So I'll give you something to look at. I'll just show you the packaging. I'm going to put this, although this could be a 5x7 card, it's going to go in my journal. So I'm actually going to trim it to 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, which is really the biggest size I can get into my journal, and then also keeping myself a nice black border because I've got the Pink Pig A5 journal that I'm going to put it in. I mean, obviously it can be a Christmas card, that's what we're looking at, but you know, all my Christmas cards go to charity, so sometimes it's nice to keep them. So now we're going for Salvage Patina rather. Who's Hilly? Salvage Patina Distress Oxide. So you're just going to smoosh some onto my craft sheet, and all we're going to do is just pick some of this up. So mist it with water. Let's have a bit more than that, and then we're going to just dip it. So if you dip it first of all, what we're doing is making sure that we're going to get some nice splodges, and by going around the edges, what we'll get is our piece edged. Can you see that it's edged now? A little bit more on the bottom. And in fact, that's all I want. So let's pop that down somewhere where I won't get told off making a mucky piece on the carpet. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick this up onto some A6 pieces so that we don't waste this ink. Okay, there's another one. And we get one more out of it. This is great for stamping your little Flora Musicas on, because they're A6, or Studio Light stamps. The Christmas ones go great on there. I'm not sure. I mean, I did say I've got 3 demos planned. I've actually got 4 planned now, but it could actually kind of depending on time. We might, and how many people just stay with me, we might end up making more than 3 or 4. It might be 5 or 6. Who knows? Whatever happens, happens. El Pacino. Oh, gosh. Right, so this is my one that's dry. It's exactly the same. I'm going to have my perforations on the left. It doesn't matter, you can have them on the right, you can have it that way up, however you want it, but we're going to have it this way. Then I'm going to go into my stamping platform. I think I'm going to have to go for my bigger one. And I do have the Press to Impress stamping platforms back in stock. And I also have these sheets in, and I also have the acetate sheets in as well. So you'll find all of those in the crafts 2 section. Now, I have been harping on about the fact that I don't really like stamping on top of VersaFine Clair backgrounds. I don't really like stamping on top of oxides either, but we're doing both of those here. Let's find another one. But the reason that I'm confident about it is because this has been dry for weeks. So it should be absolutely fine. If you're worried, then use something like an archival. Because then that won't interfere. I don't know, sometimes because you're stamping silhouette stamps, sometimes you'll find that because you probably have stamped it 2 or 3 times for the silhouette, sometimes you find that the silhouette, the nocturne, the black that you stamp on top with, kind of bleeds along the lines of the images, and it drives me nuts. So let's come up with our layout. So we've got the Fairy Hugs holiday word tree, that's going to go in here. Then I've got Melody. Oh, I must show you this. I'm quite proud of this. I have catalogued or sorted out my Fairy Hugs stamps. So that means I've got to move all my prepared demos over there. Ah! Crash bang wallet. I am actually having a clear out, but in the process of having a clear out, it's made my room messier. How does that happen? How does, when you're having a clear out, happen like that? So I've got 3 tubs, 1 for each size of Fairy Hug stamps. And look, I've written the number, so it's FHS 245, and the name next to it. So now, when we do a Fairy Hug show, or if I want to do something, I can actually find them because they're all in number order. So there's a box that's got the taller ones in and the big ones, and then a smaller box that's got the tiny ones in. And I'm really proud of that. It's made me happy, really happy. I think Phil would be quite pleased with me. Not the fact that I've catalogued Fairy Hug stamps, but the fact that I'm actually a little bit organised. So anywho, I can find things now. So the tree's lovely, isn't it? So we've got Melody's going to stand at the top because they're fairies, they fly, they can fly around. So she's going to go up there. In fact, let's get them out because we can stamp them all at the same time. Get them out of their packaging. So you can see they're dirty. I think it helps being dirty because I can see exactly where they're going to go. They are all dry because they haven't been used for a few, well, probably a few months actually, because I think it was July when we bought the Fairy Hugs Christmas range out. So I might bring it down a little bit more, then I can put something at the top as well. Maybe have some hanging snowflakes. Then we've got, because there's a trio of sort of singing fairies. This one is, which one's this one? This is Viola. So she's coming in from the left side. Oh, I can't sing. And then this is Harmony. So we've got Harmony, Melody and Viola. See, I always think of, I think it's Harmony, Melody and Symphony. Is it Symphony? They were from Captain Scarlet, I think. The cartoon series that used to be on in the 70s or 60s with the Mysterons. And I'm sure it was Symphony. I don't know. Anyway, so they're going to go like that. So we've already got our scene all organised, so we can stamp them all at the same time, hopefully. And use my Nocturne VersaFine Clair. Now, I did have the re-inkers for the Nocturne VersaFine Clair. In fact, I ought to re-ink this. We'll see how we get on, and then I might re-ink it. They're showing us out of stock on my website. I think I might have one in stock. So when I go out and pick my orders later on today, I'll check. So if you just hit the email when available button, then as soon as, if I've got any, I'll load it and you'll be notified. but there's none at the stockists, so I can't reorder at the moment because they didn't really order enough in, unfortunately. So as I said, these are quite dry, so I haven't used them for a while because the ink dries on them, so we will need to do it at least another once. Put it right to the corner, so we should be all right. They're not too bad. They're not too bad. I will go again because I want it nice and deep. Don't they look fab on that background? You see, when you use Sentimentally Yours journal page backgrounds with other stamps, they really work. I mean, they work with the Sentimentally Yours stamps. If you've got any of the Christmas stamps from a couple of years ago, there is a set somewhere. Christmas Extras, I think it's called. That's a really good one to add to your journal pages. I mean, obviously you can do your die cuts and put your toppers on, put, you know, Trudy's Festive Friends on the top, and that works. But sometimes stamping on top just looks fabulous as well. Let's see, that's a bit better. Nice and deep and dark. That's the one. Melody, Symphony, Harmony and Rhapsody. Rhapsody. Well, they can hardly have Rhapsody for a fairy, really, can they? Especially when the children name them. Because the guy that owns Fairy Hugs, his children name the characters, the fairies and the dragons and whatever else needs naming. But it just works, doesn't it? You know, matte and layer that, pop that on an A5 card. Job's a good one. Is that the right one? Harmony? No. This must be... That's the other one. I've got to put these away because if I don't put them away, everything will get in a huge mess, and then I'll have to tidy up my mess before I can continue tidying up. I should say, if you haven't spotted it, on my page a few posts ago, I'm having, like I say, I'm having a clear out, and I'm giving away boxes of sort of die cuts, stamped images, unfinished demos, backgrounds, all sorts of things. There's one or two embellishments. That's Melody. I didn't put that one in the right one. Viola's got to go in this, the smaller one. Yeah, so and I'll be drawing that this afternoon. So if you want to have a box, as soon as they're around about 2 kilos in weight. So when the box is full, or when I reach 2 kilos, because that's the large letter threshold, or the small parcel threshold, then I'll start another box. And I'm currently on box number 5, so there's going to be at least 4 boxes given away this afternoon. So do go and have a look. And I'm also giving away some finished MDF tags as well, and there are 4 or 5 other ones other than the photograph ones, so do have a look at those too if you're interested. So we're coming out of the stamping platform now, and we're going to stamp off of the page, and I thought we'd bring in some hanging snowflakes around the top. So we've got 2 sizes of hanging snowflakes. Let's go for the smaller one, I think. I mean, we could mix it up and have several, you know, both sizes. I am going to, I think, move to a blue. I really need to pull a bluebell out because I think that would be really nice. Let's have medieval blue. When I go to the garage, I must pull one of those out. Let's just check, because I'm not on my platform. I'm just going to check that I'm going to stamp that nicely. Yeah, and I don't know if you can see, there's lots of little tiny dots in the centre of that snowflake. Let's see how tight I can get for you. Little tiny dots. So it's not that you're stamping it bad. It is meant to be like that. I need that. So let's have some of these hanging. So they're going to frame our singing ladies. Oh, not the camera again. And I put it higher up today. I think my chair must be a bit higher. Let's have another one there. And they've got some nice little open circles there, which are nice to add your stardust pens to, or your glitter. You could even add a little bit of glossy accents to the centre if you wanted to. Am I going to have badly organised that? Let's have one lower there like that. And let's go higher again for the one that's going off of the page. How does that look? Hanging snowflakes, that one. What sounds good, Jean? I'm a bit behind. Right, so, and I think we ought to have some foliage or something coming in at the bottom. So there's various different things that we could bring in there. We've got our pine cone branches. Oh, we've got some sparkle dust. We could bring a bit of that in. This one's a nice one. This is our leafy scrolls. That's one of my favourites. I've also got the wreath builder. Now I know I only have one of those left in stock because I underestimated how popular that would be in between me ordering and receiving the stock. So we might not use that one. The holly stalks is quite a nice one. Or we could bring in a dandelion, musical dandelion. We won't use the poinsettias on this one. This one, I absolutely adore that stamp. Absolutely adore it. So we will use that at some point. I don't think I want that one. I think what we might do is bring in... Oh, decisions. Let's bring in leafy scrolls, actually. And we'll have a little bit of sparkle dust coming out of these two hands, maybe. We could have a little bit coming out there. I don't know, might be overdoing it. But the thing is, when you've got all the stamps, you want to use all the stamps. You just do. It'd be rude not to. So let's bring in a bit of warm breeze, I think. And again, I'll check that I'm going to stamp it nicely because I haven't used this for a little while. Yes, that's fine. So we'll have, see if I can get it straight, some stars coming out of her hands there. Don't think that was straight at all, Julia. And like that. There's our stars coming out of there. Sparkle dust. That's warm breeze. And then we'll bring in our leafy scrolls at the bottom. Put that on there, put that away. My 200 sparkle dust, so I know where it's got to go. And this is my 062 leafy scrolls. So it's one of the earlier, let's have the small one of the earlier Fairy Hug stamps, because we're up to about 346, I think it is, or something like that. So let's have Paradise along the bottom, I think. So we're going for our blues. So we've used Medieval Blue, Warm Breeze, Morning Mist, and now we're using Paradise. Nice selection of Versifying Clairs. So just check what this one's like. Yes, beautiful. So this is just going to roll along the bottom. could have some sparkle dust around the tree as well, but I think that might be going over the top just a little bit. And just final one, just so, like that. Okay, so that's all my stamping done. I have actually cleaned my desk as well. I felt very good when I cleaned my desk. Hopefully I can find things. Mind you, having said that, having tidied up, there are 4 sets of stamps I can't find, having tidied up. I am trying though. It's difficult because you end up in such a mess while you're trying to tidy up. It's just a nightmare. Right, oh, we've used the black as well. So we used 5 versus fine clear. So let's just add a teeny tiny bit of colour to this. Go into my watercolour blending brush pens, and we're going to pull out 3 pens from set 2. So we use these 3 blues. So let's do a scrap of white card so we can see what these blues look like. So look, I'm thinking about the wings. So we've got that one, which is one of my favourite blues. We've got this one, which is like a tealy colour. And then we've got this one, which is a darker one. Those are quite similar, but they are different in tone. So what we're going to do is just colour in our wings, just to finish off. So figure out where her wings are. Because it makes such a, I don't normally do this on a live, but it does make such a difference when you actually colour in their wings. And you can add glossy accents to them if you want to. That's quite a nice thing to do. Although, I mean, I have got a few in my journal that have got glossy accents on, but I have got one that keeps on sticking to the page next to it, and I'm not sure what's happened with that. Let's just do the lighter one now. Remember, this is pure white card, so it's not, I'm not doing any blending with it. Like so, and then we can do her, let's do the books in this lighter blue, just so they stand out a bit, because obviously we're dealing with a stamp background here. Let's do Harmony. What's quite nice with Harmony as well, in fact all of them, is if you can run a Stardust pen along. I'll just show you, rather than talking about it. I'll show you in a second. Lovely fine nib on these. So let's do her necklace as well in this light blue. I'll use that one. There. I'm trying to keep them kind of similar areas so they're symmetrical. Doesn't always work that way. And yeah, I'll do with that one. I've got some new glasses to pick up, but I haven't managed to pick them up yet. And we have this one. Like that. And we'll have this little area here. She's got a little bit under her arm. And that one there. I missed a bit. And I think it's the lighter one there. Actually, I'm going to go for this lighter one here. This is from set 3. So we're going to pull in a lighter colour there because there's more difference between them. And they will blend with each other as well as with water. That's 2 of them. So just this last one, which I think is this one's viola, I think, if I remember rightly. It's like Pixie Dixie and Trixie. I can never remember which one's which because they always go together. Three other fairies. I just love Pixie Dixie and Trixie. Oh, let's do that bit there as well. It's easier to see when you haven't got a stamp background, but I quite like stamping on top of a stamp background. I did mean to do some stenciling as well, but I completely forgot. It doesn't need it. But it's all about the layers, isn't it, as people keep saying. So we're having less layers. Let's have that up there. And another light one here. I hope I'm not smudging it. Do be careful because, especially if you've got a new VersaFine clay, because it stays wet for quite a long time. There we go. That's that all coloured in. And then, where's my clear VersaFine? Not VersaFine. Clear Stardust. There we go. Clear Star. So what's quite nice is if you you can dot on these little dots on the snowflake. Fill these in. And just when you move it, you'll see a little bit of glitter glistening. Just the finishing touches. On there, and then so on these girlies you can just add a little bit in their skirt, because this is like, it picks up whatever colours underneath. Obviously there's not much colour underneath, so we just get the glitter coming through like so. And if you wanted to, you can add it to the black one here coming out like that, and right on here. I like this sort of glitter because it doesn't go anywhere. We do have these in stock as well, and do Harmony. Love her swirly skirt. And just do the swirls on this. And so, I don't know if you can see. Can you see the glitter going on there? Well, there's another swirl that I want to do on there. Know when to stop, Julia. I can't. I want to do that swirl there, and I want to do these swirls here. And I want to do that swirl there as well. Right, so we just finish this off by using a little, I know there's some on here, some Salvage Patina around the edges. A little bit more. Oh, sorry, getting excited. So this is the Distress Oxide. Just be careful where you've stamped because it can smudge it a little bit. I mean, obviously we've already dipped it, so this is just a little bit extra around the edge. Let's get rid of that, and then I'll show you what it would look like if it was matted and layered. Be careful because I've got a tissue on the desk because I've got a bit of a runny nose and I don't want to pick up the one that I've inked to blow my nose on. So where's my journal? It is. Right. Oh, trick or treat. So in my journal, this is going to go on here. So if you were matting it and layering it, bring it down for you. If you were matting and layering it onto, you could put it onto dark blue card and then onto your A5 card. But that works, doesn't it? Yeah, very effective, isn't it? Right, so that's one. So we're not doing very well, are we? Because I'm taking my time here. So let's pull in another one. And to see how we get on, won't we? So we want to create one of these backgrounds. So we are going to recap how to do this. Let's just put my pens back. Some words that are driving me nuts. Go in the right place. So we are going to use, let's keep that one out. We're going to use our Distress Oxides and make a Distress Oxide background again. Apologies if you're bored, but they never turn out the same. So I've got some watercolour cards, some super smooth Sentimentally Yours card here. So we're going to just give it a good old mist with water. Lots and lots of water because it can take it. And then I'm using 3 colours of Distress Oxide. A spray. I'm using Cracked Pistachio, Bundled Sage and Twisted Citron. And you can order these all from my website. They are special order items that I probably will, as we're using them more, I probably will add proper stock. But, you know, I'll be ordering tomorrow anyway. So if you order today, you'll still get them quite quickly. So we're just going to draw with the nozzle. Twisted Citron first. Love this. I know I do have Twisted Citron in stock. So we're just drawing with the nozzle. I like this because you don't get mucky and you don't have to have a spray box or anything. Then we're going to go for our we'll go for Cracked Pistachio next. So when you shake them, don't shake them up and down, shake them side to side. Hear the ball bearing, mix up the chalk into the ink, and then draw with our Cracked Pistachio. I did add some Rustic Wilderness to the one that we're going to use, but I didn't really like that. But it's too late now. We're still going to use it. That does need some more water. It's not moving. Don't be frightened to throw loads of water at this card because it can absolutely take it. Okay, that's that one. So we'll throw some more water because that's not moving there. We want it all to move. And then we're going with our Bundled Sage. Which is the darkest of the 3. Okay, that's that. It's really difficult. So then just make sure that we've got everything's moving nicely. And then we're going to just pop another piece on top. And get some kitchen roll and just press it down. For a second while I get something to put it on. And then when you peel it away, you've got 2 backgrounds here. I mean, sometimes I leave this on because if you've got like a gradient of colour there, that starts to make like a hill. So if I'm doing my fairy hugs, that's quite a nice thing to have. And you can also see that you can see where you've drawn with the tube. So you've got lots and lots of shapes going on there. And then this one's a little bit more muted. This is my kind of freebie, if you like, and we're going to work on one of those. Obviously you can do lots of different colours. You can definitely dip and pick all of this colour up onto another piece of card. I haven't done. I've moved my bin and I keep on looking for it in a different place. Right. So that's all that. So I normally do 2 A4 pieces at once. So instead of A5, which I've just done, I normally do A4. And then you cut it into quarters and you've got an A6 piece. So we're going to go into my standing platform again. This is just one that I did last night, so it does take a couple of hours to dry. I would let it dry naturally, and then I normally put it. I've got a piece of MDF under here, a thick piece of MDF, so I normally put it underneath there. So we're going to go for the Helly Ball medley from the Flora Musica range from Sentimentally Yours. And we're just going to stamp this on top, and we're going to be using Shady Lane Versifying Clay. Where's all my bits going up there? So we can't get much because I've already trimmed it down. If you're worried, just don't trim it yet. But because I've already trimmed it down, my magnets won't fit very much, very far on. But it's fine. I've butted it right up into the corner. So I know that if it moves, that's all I've got to do. And they are A6 stamps, but I've only got one of the Helly Balls left. I've got plenty of the poinsettia and the mistletoe, but I've only got one of the Helly Balls left. So where's my Shady Lane? Here it is. I'm going to try and get it inked really well. Just in case it moves. I reckon that's inked with 1 inch of its life. It's only a background though, I'm not using it as the focal point. And you'll see why in a minute. Yeah, I like this stamp too. I like all of the Flora Musicas are tremendous. I've still got a few of the originals left, I think. I know I've got one of the Bluebells, which was one of the spring ones, left. But they are once they've gone, I won't restock. Right. Let's see. Oh, totally missed the middle. I think it's more this stamping platform. I'm not used to it. Bit there. Definitely inked. There we go. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now, just because this again is kind of a grungy stamp, it doesn't matter if you miss bits. Obviously, I didn't want to miss the flower. As it happens, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because of how I'm going to use it, which will all become apparent in a moment. So let's pop this just down like so. I'll put it away properly in a minute. Right, so put it to one side. Oh no, I need that. What am I about? What we're going to do is we're going to team it up with some AALL Create stamps. You might think, oh, this won't work, but it absolutely will. So I absolutely adore this cat. That's my cat, that is. Although he doesn't wear glasses, that's my cat. Absolutely adore it. Now, did I bring some, or did I lose them? I might have lost them when I was moving stuff around. I need a piece of watercolour card. There we go. So this is on 570, which is the Hocus Pocus set, but let's have it the other side. You don't have to just use him for Halloween, which obviously we're not going to. We're making a Christmas card instead. So we're going to stamp our pussycat. This is an A6 stamp set. He's going to go on there. So he's about an A7 size. In fact, if we were measuring him, he would be about 9.5 centimetres by 7.5 because of all of his splodges. And this is drawn by Bipasha. He's one of the AALL Create artists. And then we're also using 560. There's lots of different elements in here, typical Bipasha style. We've got Joy, Merry and Bright in the baubles, Festive, Spirit, Wreath, Joy there. Don't get your tinsel in a tangle. And then we've got, what's this say? Believe in the Magic. And then we've also got, you can see we've got this it's a pug, isn't it, that one? We've also got this hat, which we're going to use because we're going to put the hat on the cat, as you do. And we're going to use the poinsettias as well that come with the hat. So we're just using those elements. Obviously there's lots of other elements that you can use, but that's all we're using. We're going to stamp these in Nocturne Versifying Clay. So the main parts that you want to watch out and get really well inked are the kind of splodges, which indicate to me that I probably ought to re-ink this pad because I've had this going since the 1st of October, so it's nearly 2 months, which is about the right length for a pad to last. I mean, they're still usable. Obviously now with the re-inker it's more than usable, but sometimes when you want silhouettes or you want things like splodges, if they're not really juicy, you're not going to get them. There we go. Oh, missed that bit again. Super. I am going to go again so I can get it a little bit darker. He's just so cute, isn't he? That's Abs, that is. Abs in cat form. Just adore this cat. I have to have anything with a cat on it, I have to pull out for me to use. It's just wonderful. I think this might be a card I make for my daughter, actually, because she's got a cat. Not a tabby cat, because I think this is a tabby cat. Looks like a tabby cat. There we go. Okay, so we've got that. Fabulous. I don't know if I need to put that away. I might put that away in a minute. So I've already got some that I've cut out. So what I've done is I've actually cut out, and so I've lost all of the splodges. So I do need to use it again. Lost all the splodges, but that's fine because this is just going to sit on top. So I'm going to actually stamp that onto my background on top, which is why I did not heat emboss it. And I've also cut out the hat and the poinsettias as well, because, and these actually, look, these are the differences in my background. This is the one that's dry, this is the one I was going to work on, this is the one I've just done. Look at the difference. I think this must have Rustic Wilderness in it as well, and quite a bit of it, but same thing but different. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to pop the cat over the image there like that, and we're going to have some poinsettias going in the corner, and we're going to pop this hat on the cat. Isn't it fantastic? I just love it. So we do need to, or we can go on to this one here. I think I'm going to go for the darker one though, but I mean, it just looks fabulous on either one, doesn't it? Right, so let's do some colouring. Let's colour these in. So we're just going to use that as is. Oh, incidentally, this one is just the poinsettia one, so this would work. I mean, I would actually stamp it in the green again, but you can see that this would work here on the poinsettia one too. So then you could, instead of using that poinsettia, you could just colour in that poinsettia, but that will absolutely work on that stamp as well. See, isn't it nice combining them and not kind of being just confined to using one manufacturer? I think it's wonderful. Right, so let's colour these in. First of all, so let's do the hat first. So I think we need a little strip of watercolour card. So this is from set 4. Well, that's a little bit light. There's 3 reds in set 4. Don't think I want that one either. I think I want to go to set 1. And in set 1 I've got that red. Ooh, that's a nice red. Or I've got this red. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for that first red from set 1. So just going to do the hat. So we're going to just put, remember this is watercolour cards, so we can actually move this colour about a bit. I'm not going to bother with too much shading. We're going to put some glitter on the actual ruffle bit. Let's just go around the edge, see how we are. And then we'll pull the colour in. Water brush. Oh, knock the camera again. Should have bets on how many times I'm going to knock the camera. So just using the water brush to pull the colour in. Like so. And then I think what we'll do is maybe use that darker red, that one, for the poinsettias, so that it's different to the hat, what's it called? The hat, yeah. And let's just add. So I normally have all these coloured in, don't I? But I thought this time I wouldn't. And we just see how many we could get done before you all got bored. We have lost a few. I never get as many people watching as Phil does. But it's there to watch later anyway, isn't it? I do tend to do it earlier than Phil though, because I'm always hungry at let's leave that dot open. I'm always hungry at 1 o'clock, so that's why I prefer to do it earlier. Let's add a little bit there. And I might put some gold stardust on the berries, which might be quite nice. See, it's very random. This is why I absolutely adore the watercolour blending brush pens, because I don't have to be clever about it. All I need to do is move a bit of the ink around and all the shading's done for me. I think that's why I like the poinsettia in the Fairy Hugs stamps, because it's got all the crosshatch. Where is it? It's got all the crosshatching here. So even if you just colour it in directly and don't do any blending with any water or any other pens, the crosshatch gives you the shadow, and I really like that. I really like stamps that work for me, and that one does the job. It's been very, very popular, that stamp. more, and then we'll think about the kitty. My head had another abscess, so we had him at the vet's last week again. So he's got a bit of a shaved cheek, so that his matted fur doesn't annoy him, and then he's got this little scab that's slowly getting smaller, and it's pretty much the same place where he had his other abscess last month. Poor Ed. Glad when we move, hopefully there won't be another cat that beats him up. I think it's because he defends his territory and this cat keeps on coming in our garden. He does try and beat up some of the other cats though, I know, in the neighbourhood. Right, so there's my poinsettias. And we have got, because we've got that green background, I think what we might do, because we're dealing with a darker background there, we might bring in a bit of green to work at the back. What's this green gonna be like? That might be alright. If we can pick a little bit up from there and just put it at the back. We can. That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, running out. To use your card as a bit of a palette. And then it won't show so much. I might do that with the hat as well, actually. This is from set 1. Oh. I don't want the white to stand out against the background. And Gold Star. Let's see if we can find that. I did leave one at the studio because I heard one. Oh, there it is. I heard one fall out last time I was there and I forgot to pick it up. That might have been my Silver Star there. Oh, let's get this going. Yep. That'll dry. Like so. That's going to have glitter on it in a minute, but when I've got it on the card. So, our little cheeky little cat. So I'm thinking that we need, where's my red? We need some browns from set 3. We've got a few. So we've got this light brown. And we've also got from set 2. Let's write that on there, 3, so otherwise I'm going to not put them back in the right place. So I'll put the others back, that's 3. Ooh, funny 3 that. I wonder if we should have perhaps some of this as well, because he's ginger. From set 4, what do you think? Mustard. Don't know about that. Don't know. These are from set 3. No. Yeah. These are set 2. Oh, so that's lighter than that one. Yeah, I think we go with these 3. We won't go with that. So these are in 2. These were 1. They were 4. That was 1. Right, so let's have a base of number 2. Figure out where he is. Now that there has got to be a bit of brown going in there again. In fact, let's have the dark colour first. Then we can add some of the lighter one, because I'm going around here. Around his eyes. He's going to have green eyes, obviously. He's a pussycat. all the work here has been done by Bipasha. So you just want to add some colour to where she's put all the shade in there for you already. Now, I've never coloured this one in before, so I don't know how it's going to look. Look at him winking. If only cats could wink. That'd be so funny, wouldn't it? Ed's out at the moment. He's probably gone to have another fight somewhere. You can't keep an outdoor cat in though, that's the trouble. See, I'm not being specific at all. Don't know what colour glasses we're going to give him. We might give him red glasses actually. What do you think? So he's got his festive pair of glasses on. They've probably got flashing lights. No, they wouldn't have flashing lights because cats don't like that. It's big paws. He's got big paws, this cat. Just like my cat. When you've got lots of detail on the stamp, it does make colouring in a lot easier. Pink ink stamps are like that, they've got lots of detail on them. So that's all my kind of first colour. Then we're bringing our the one from number 3, yeah, and we'll add some of this in around it. Don't want to go over my glasses. And they will blend together, but we will add some water at the end just to make sure we've got no white bits. And I was saying on the telly that I've had my blending brush pens for well over 2 years, some of them. I mean, the set 4 I haven't had as long, set 3 I haven't had as long. I've had set 1 the longest because that's obviously the one that came out first, and they're still going strong, and I use them absolutely loads, absolutely loads. And my go-to pens. Okay, we go to our lighter one now, which is that one. No, it's not that one. Is it that one? Yeah. See, the tops are quite deceiving, which is why you need to do yourself a swatch before you use them. Now I'm hopefully going to go over all the bits that I've missed. Hopefully it looks okay. You're going to have a nice pink nose in a minute. Because we're dealing with quite a big area, it's not going to be as smooth as when we use the water. But we're going to use some water in a minute just to make sure everything's blended together nicely. Oh, put a bit on there. Change of plan. It's nice to have a plan, isn't it? So now we're going with our water brush, just making sure everything's nicely blended. could do with the cat here, and I could look at him and say, where have you got that? What colour's that bit? But he only comes to see me when he wants food anyway, or if he wants to go out. Obviously you can spend as long as you want. You could go back in with some of the darker colours and blend him, but I'm quite happy with him like that. There is some light and dark in there somewhere. Okay. Now while he's drying, because I don't want to go on right next to where I put water, while he's drying, let's get our glitter on here. So I think what we'll do is actually bring in a quickie glue pen instead of using the Sentimentally Yours glue, because I'm going to use the Rainbow Crystals, which is the fine glitter. Oh my goodness, we've been going for an hour. Oh my goodness, I don't think we're going to get 4 done. I think we might have to keep some of them and do another day. Are you running? Yeah, you're running. So quickie glue pen. I've got at least another 2 Christmas cards. I've got loads of ideas, things to do with mixes of products. So you want to go, you don't want to go really, really fast, because you want the ball point in the quickie glue pen to be running. You will find that if you've never had a quickie glue pen before, it arrives with like a little plastic covering on the end of the point of there. Words escape me. So you just knock that off with your nail. Just pop it off, and then it will run. It's just so that it doesn't dry out while it's on the shelf. Or it doesn't leak either. Make sure we've got all that covered. And that's pretty clear already. You want to actually, you don't want to put things on it when it's blue, because it goes on blue and dries clear, because you can see in the tube that's blue. So it dries clear, and then when it's clear, then you can pop things on it. Give it a flick. There's our hat. And I've left the splodge away from the glitter. I haven't bothered glittering the splodge. It's been used for glitter now. Let's come back to our kitty. So let's put the browns back, because we don't want the browns now. Which one did I get from set 2? That one. That's from set 2. That's set 3. Excuse me. And we want a nice pink tongue. So if that won't be any good, that might be a bit neon. That's a bit neon, that one. Let's have a look at this one. This is from set 4. That's very pale, isn't it? But that's, yeah, that might be the right one. Or we've got this one. That's probably better. So we're just going to go on nose of that, and then I think we might actually have, no, that's too pale. His tongue's going to be the same colour. So we've gone for this one from set 4. And we want a nice green eyes. This is in set 3. No, definitely not that one. Here's a set 1. Be good if I still have my colour charts, really. This is set 1 as well. No, I haven't found the green I want yet. Although that one might be alright, that darker one. Now let's have this one. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. And we want his glasses, don't we? Let's have his glasses in that lovely bright red from set 1. Which I think is that one. Yeah. We're just going to put this on as is. And what I probably will do is, when everything's dry, I probably will put glossy accents on the lenses of the glasses, because they are glass, aren't they? So I think I might have gone outside the lines there, which annoys me. Hopefully I'll get my glasses this week. I'll have a chance. The trouble is, when you've got deliveries coming and men coming to fix things, you can't go out. And at this time of year, you've got to pick your times. You don't want to go out at weekends, and well, I don't. Not to the shopping centre. Parking's a nightmare at this time of year, at the weekend. There we go, there's his glasses. Now we've got these white bits here, because obviously when he comes onto our thing, I don't want that to be white. So we're going to take, that's from set 1, which I think is the set we're in now. Is it that one? No, it wasn't that one, was it? It's the darker one. It's this one. Yeah, so we're going to take some of that, and we're going to pop that behind there to make that look. Oops, hit it again, this time with my glasses. We're going to pop that behind there so it looks like it's part of the background. Cool. Right, I think we're ready to kind of assemble that now, aren't we? I haven't decided whether I want to actually trim it down or keep the border, because I quite like the border as it is. So if we were to put it onto, and I did I cut a piece of card? I didn't, did I? So if I want to put that onto, because I've cut a piece of card for the card we're not going to do because we won't have time. I think this is racing green, is it? This is racing green. So we could put it onto racing green, or we could put it onto thinking sculpturous scarlet. No. What's the red? There's another red, isn't there? Poppy red. Or you could put it onto both. So we could pop it onto poppy red and then pop it onto racing green. And then we pop his little hat on there like so. And the poinsettias will go in that corner. And what we could have is a ticker tape-tastic sentiment perhaps down there. What do we think? Looks good, doesn't it? Let's do this. Let's finish this off properly. If I can find my ticker tape-tastic sentiments. I might not be able to, and if I can't, we won't do it. Because I tidied up, as I said, and I saw them, and I might have put them thinking, oh, I won't be using those again this year, so I'll put those somewhere else where I can't find them. Oh dear, don't you love my organisation skill? Oh, it's definitely not in that one. Don't think it's in that one. There's my ticket tape plastic, but I bet it's not in there. I have a feeling I put my Christmas ones separate from my everyday ones. How stupid is that? Where's those ones? I wondered where they were. You know, it's going to be in the last tub I look in. Why is that always the case? I'm so proud of myself. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. It isn't. Oh, I don't know where they are. I'll have to find them. They're not there. What's this? This is Christmas. Okay. No, not there. So you just have to imagine that there's a sentiment at the bottom of that. So rather than you hanging on watching me, I think I'll finish this afterwards. All I'm going to do is maybe trim it down a bit and mat it and layer it, and find a sentiment to pop on there, and it might even be a die. I might even put a die cut sentiment on, because I could put the elegant script sentiments on there. I don't know, but I don't want you to be hanging around waiting for me to faff around and find that. I'm going to put a gold one on there as well. So I hope you've enjoyed those two pieces that we've made. Obviously all bar the sticking. I'm sorry it's only two. I did plan to do at least four. So I think what we'll do is I'll definitely do another one next Sunday. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll do another Christmas one next Sunday, and then perhaps do a non-Christmas one the Sunday after if I'm not working, because I can't remember what days I'm working at the studio. So is that okay? So hopefully you've learned something, and don't forget that there's 10% discount on my website until midnight tomorrow night on absolutely everything. So just enter code Black Friday, all capital letters, all one word, in the discount code box at checkout to activate your discount. And I will, like I say, I'll finish these off and I will upload the video to YouTube as well, but it's always accessible via the videos section of my page as well on Facebook. So enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you for joining me, and I will catch you next week. And don't forget that if you want a chance to win the homework boxes, do comment on that post, and if you want a chance to win the MDF tags, comment on that post too, and I'll join winners at random later on today. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.